Hello friends, thank you for being a part of my YouTube channel. I just wanted to share a quick announcement letting you know that I'm hosting 3 retreats this summer. We've got one in July, one in August, and one in September. So I hope you'll join me on one of those retreats. You can find all the information at my website, wildwanderingcreations.com. It's in the link below, so you can check it out there. And lots of price options, lots of payment plans. If you have any questions, you can always email me at hello@wildwanderingcreations.com. So excited to be hosting these retreats, and I hope I will see you in person this summer. Hello and welcome to Movement with Laurelle, hosted by Wild Wandering Creations. I'm Laurelle, and I'm going to be leading you through this restorative practice today. Today I recommend that you have a couple of blocks, so at least 2, and that you have a bolster or a couple of pillows that you can use for support. I have a blanket close by as well. You can always have a blanket nearby. Absolutely not necessary, but the more props you have, the more supportive you will feel in this practice. So get into some comfortable clothes, grab those props, pillows, blocks, anything that's going to add a little bit of added comfort, and we'll get started. So today we're going to start off in a supported child's pose. So I like to raise my bolster a little bit. You can do this with your pillows as well. You can stack some pillows on top of each other and then just allow that support to just kind of be on an angle. Then what you're going to do is you're going to bring those knees nice and wide. You want to make sure that you're close enough so that the inner thighs are touching that support. And then you're going to start to fold over into that child's pose. We're coming right into rest. So you can go ahead and begin to bring that right ear down towards the mat and allow yourself to just settle in here. Those arms can fall on either side of that bolster, and you're just going to allow the whole body to feel supported here. Sometimes when we first come into that supported shape, we can resist that letting go and feeling supported, and we can be holding ourselves up. So I encourage you to really let those hips drop back towards the heels. Allow the upper body to fall towards that bolster, that pillow, and really sink into the shape. Sometimes our child's pose first thing feels a little sticky, a little tight. So give yourself a few deep breaths to ease your way into the practice. If it feels okay, you can close down the eyes, soften the gaze, and then allow yourself to find some kind of stillness. Now remind yourself that sometimes when we first start our restorative practice, we can feel a little antsy, our energy can feel a little rattled. So give yourself that space to find that stillness. If you need to move, move. If you need to take deep exhales out through the mouth, let yourself find them. And then eventually ease your way into that support. Listening to the sound of the breath, inhaling through the nose and exhaling out through the nose or the mouth. Feeling the hips start to soften towards those heels. Allowing the arms to get a little heavier, fingertips a little lighter. As you settle into your restorative practice, ask yourself, how are you feeling? What is your energy like today? Is it high? Is it low? Is it somewhere in between? And seeing if you can meet yourself where you're at without judgment, without criticism. Just acknowledge how you're feeling right now, acknowledge your energy, and accept it. If the mind feels busy, maybe the day was overwhelming, seeing if you can just allow the breath to recenter you. We don't necessarily need to empty the mind, but just letting those thoughts and feelings drift in and out. Try not to attach to one thing. In stillness, we are invited to remain curious and open and explore what's coming up. So give yourself a few more deep breaths here. Letting each exhale take you a little deeper into the shape. On your next inhale, without moving the body too much, you're just going to slowly lift the head and take the opposite ear down towards that support. So just a little shift, switch of the direction, switch of the perspective, and then allow yourself to settle on this side. Let everything fall heavy. Let the breath take over. Sink into stillness. Let yourself replenish this energy. Let yourself rest. How often we allow ourselves to do nothing, to find absolute stillness, to find rest with awareness. Breathe here for 6 deep breaths. Anytime the mind feels like it's all consuming or overwhelming, bring your awareness back to the inhale, back to the exhale. Slowly draw your awareness back to the breath, seeing if you can feel those inhales and exhales in their entirety. You can stay here as long as you want, remembering that there's no need to move. Listen to your body. Take what works, leave what doesn't. This is your practice. If you feel ready, you can start to ease your way off that support. Take your time. Move nice and slow. Good. We're going to gently move our props off to the side, making sure that they're close by so that they're nice and accessible for when we need them. And then we're going to keep the knees nice and wide here, and we're going to bring the hands out in front of us. So hands come underneath the shoulders, knees come underneath those hips, and we're going to find a cat-cow variation here. So keeping the knees wide, and you're going to start to drop through the belly. Inhale, lift the heart. Good. Exhale to round through the spine, tuck that chin in towards the chest. And as you round, start to shift the hips back towards those heels. Let the arms come forward. Let the chest come down. Inhale, press forward, arch through the spine, look up. Good. Exhale to round, shift the hips towards those heels. Allow yourself to move with that breath. Inhale, ripple forward, heart opens. Exhale to round, press that floor away. Good. 3 more just like that. Inhale to lift and open. Exhale to round. Good. Keep moving with your breath. Good. Last one here. Good. Round, come all the way down. Let's come into our child's pose. Come towards the floor. Let's reach the arms forward. Let the head get heavy. Let the arms get heavy. And allow the elbows and the forearms to release towards the floor. Start to breathe into the pelvis and along the spine, and seeing if you can feel that whole breath travel the length of the spine all the way to the crown of the head. 1 more full breath here. And then on your next in-breath, start to slowly rise back up through center. Take those hands underneath those shoulders, and then slide those knees underneath those hips. Good. We're going to drop through the belly here. Hold. And then you're going to bring your gaze over the left shoulder. Come back through center. Bring the gaze over the right. Good. Let's do that 1 more time. Start to bring that gaze over the left. And gaze over the right. Good. Find a nice round through the spine. Press that floor away. And then inhale, start to find that nice neutral spine. Good. You're going to start to extend that right leg back behind you, nice and long, and then pull that knee forward, look in between the hands, and step that foot in between the hands. Good. Right away, we're going to use the blocks for support so we can bring that floor a little bit closer. Good. Hands on either side of that foot. Let's start to lift the heart, nice long spine. Deep inhale. And then exhale, shift it back. Start to lengthen through that front leg any amount. It doesn't have to be big. There can be a slight bend in that front knee. Inhale, press forward, open up through that heart. Exhale, shift it back. Good. Let's do 2 more just like that. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Deep in-breath, slide forward. Exhale, let it go. Good, let's hold here for a moment. Let the spine get nice and long, square off those hips, so draw that right hip back. Maybe the right toes lift, and then you're gonna really hinge from those hips, tuck the chin in towards the chest, and breathe here for 3. Breathe here for 2. And 1, inhale, slide forward. Good. When you're ready, blocks move off to the side, hands frame that front foot, and you're just gonna slide that right knee back behind you. Hands come underneath the shoulders, knees underneath those hips. Let's find 3 cat-cows, nice and slow. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale to round. Good, 2 more just like that. Follow your own breath here. Moving at your own pace. Last one here. Good, round through that spine. Start to find a nice neutral spine here. We're going to start to extend that left leg back behind us. Pull that knee forward, look in between the hands, and step that left foot forward. Good. Right away, blocks on either side of that foot. Good. Nice long spine. Lift the gaze. Let's find that nice full inhale. Exhale, shift it back. Inhale, slide forward. Exhale, take it back. Good. 2 more just like that. Bring it forward with the breath. Take it back. Good. Last one here. Bring it all the way forward. Follow that full in-breath. And then exhale, shift it back. Let's hold here. Remembering to slide that left hip back so that the hips are level and square towards the front of the room. Find that hinge of the spine and allow the chin to dip into the chest, and breathe here for 3. And breathe here for 2. And 1, slide forward, bend into that front knee. Good, you're gonna move those blocks off towards the side, hands frame that front foot, and you're gonna slide that left knee back behind you. Good, hands underneath those shoulders. Let's find 3 cat-cows once again. And round. Good, 2 more. Good, let it go. Last one here. And round. Beautiful. Start to find your way into that nice neutral spine once again. And you're going to slowly walk the hands back in towards the body. Let's bring the knees together to touch. Hands on top of the thighs, and allow the eyes to just close here for a moment. Stacking the head on top of the shoulders and just finding the breath, finding stillness. Take a moment to check in. Notice how you're feeling. Notice where that energy is moving in the body. Restorative to replenish our energy. Restorative for renewal. What does that look like for you? How do you renew your energy? How do you restore your energetic vibration? 1 more deep breath here. Good. Then we're going to start to slowly walk those hands out in front of us. We're going to shift the feet off to one side, and we're going to swing those legs forward in front of us. Good. You're going to make sure that you have enough room to roll back, and you're going to make sure that those props are nice and handy and that they're close by. We're going to ease our way onto our back any way that feels supportive for you. Doesn't have to be any particular way. Just taking the spine towards the floor. Arms are alongside the body here. Good. We're going to get a little deeper into those hips. I'm going to start to pull that right knee in towards the chest, and you're going to reach for the outer edge of the right knee or the outer edge of the right foot, finding a half happy baby. That left hand can fall on that left hip for support, and we're trying to connect the shoulders towards the floor. Keep that right knee bent, seeing if you can get a little deeper on that right side. Breathe for 3. Breathe for 2. And 1. Slowly begin to guide that right ankle just above that left knee. You can stay right here, gently pressing that right knee away from the body. This is a really great place to stay. If you feel like you want a little bit more in the hips, you can reach behind that left thigh, interlace the hands, keep flexing through the toes, and pull in everything a little closer. One more deep breath here. And then gently release the hands from behind that thigh. If they're interlaced, bring the sole of the left foot back down towards the earth. And we're going to cactus through the arms, taking them out nice and wide. We're going to shift the hips towards the right and allow the legs to fall over towards the left. That left hand could grab a hold of that right ankle to bring everything a little closer. If this feels too intense on the legs, you can always stack that right knee on top of the left to ease off of that intensity in the hip. Once you find the shape that feels supportive and you feel like you can hold it, gaze can be towards the sky or gaze can fall away from the knees. We're here for 5 deep breaths. Let yourself start to slow down and allow yourself to fall into the shape. Giving yourself permission to rest and open. Opening through the hips, opening through the heart. Tending to any areas in the body, in the mind, and the heart that are calling for your attention. Good, we're here for one more deep breath. And then slowly in your own time, start to come back up through center. You can shift those hips back in line, release that right foot back down towards the floor. Good, give yourself a moment, arms alongside the body, just find constructive rest. Notice how everything feels. And then start to bring that left knee in towards the chest. Again, you could reach for the outer edge of that left knee or the outer edge of that left foot, and you're going to find half happy baby on the other side. Deep bend in the left knee. Right hand finds that right hip for support, and allow yourself to breathe and open on this side. Allow yourself to notice how this side feels. Is it a little tighter? Is it a little bit more open? And then find those nice deep breaths. Good. We're here for one more full breath. And then let that next exhale take that left ankle just above that right knee. This is a great place to stay, just pressing that left knee away from the body and remembering that each side can look a little different. They don't have to be the same. So maybe you reach behind that thigh, you interlace the hands, you bring everything closer, and maybe you just stay here. What is it that you need on this side? On your next exhale, if the legs are pulling in towards you, gently release that right foot back down towards the floor. We're going to gently cactus through those arms. Start to slowly shift the hips towards the left side and allow the legs to fall over towards that right side. Good. Grab a hold of that that left ankle with your right hand, or maybe you just release that left knee on top of the right if the bind feels too intense. Once you find that shape, gaze is towards the sky or gaze falls away from the knees, whatever feels good for you. 5 deep breaths wherever you are. Let the mind run wild. Let the thoughts flow freely. This is your space to let go. This is your space to open. Your space to renew and restore. And next in breath, start to slowly bring the gaze back towards the sky. You're going to begin to unravel those legs, let everything come back through center. Take a moment, shift the hips back in line so the spine is nice and straight on the mat. Feel that nice long line draw down the length of the spine. And then we're going to come into our final resting shape of Shavasana. And I want you to use a bolster or a pillow here if it's available to you. And you're going to slide it underneath the thighs here and allow the legs to extend nice and long. Now, if you have a blanket or an extra pillow, you can slide it underneath the head so that the head feels a little bit more supported. Arms can fall alongside the body here, and I invite you to play around with how the palms fall. So if the palms fall up and open towards the sky, you can invite energy in. And when the palms press down towards the floor, we are grounding our energy. So if we feel a little frazzled or maybe it's hard for us to rest, maybe we bring the palms down. And if we feel like our energy is low and we're trying to revitalize that energy, maybe we flip the palms. And if neither of those are working for you, maybe you bring the hands to the belly and just allow yourself to feel the breath move in the space. Let yourself find rest. Let yourself hold here for as long as you can. Let the eyes close. Let the head get heavy. Let the shoulders drop. And allow the feet to fall away from each other. From the crown of the head, the fingers to the toes, the whole body is relaxing. From the toes to the fingers to the crown, you are in Shavasana. You are resting in full awareness. Focus on the breath. Focus on the here and now. And allow yourself to simply be. Allowing yourself to stay in this shape as long as it feels good for you. There's absolutely no need to move if you don't wish to move. When you're ready, you can take one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly if they're not already there. Start to breathe some awareness back into the physical body. Noticing all the points the body connects to the floor. allowing yourself to witness yourself in this state of rest. Allowing yourself to witness yourself in this state of rest. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out the mouth, let it go. With gratitude for our practice and with gratitude for our community, thank you so much for holding space with me today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope that you're feeling rest and restored. Take your time easing your way out of it. Stay here as long as it feels good. And I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.